Hey guys, it's Brandon from the Blind Rage podcast. Before I get into the video, I just want to remind everyone that all of the, or a good number of back episodes of the Blind Rage podcast can be found on the YouTube channel, and the latest and all the most recent episodes of the podcast can be found on the podcasting platforms like Apple and Spotify and all that good stuff. So, this is my first ever unboxing video, and I got a really good package today from TerrorVision. And first and foremost, I want to say that I understand why a lot of people um, do their videos with the box pre-opened, because TerrorVision really kind of went crazy with the tape. So this guy was taped up pretty good. Before I get into anything, I just want to get. I have one negative. Um, and by the way, sidebar, this will not be a review of the actual discs or the movies themselves, because I haven't gotten around to watching them yet, or because, like I said, they just came today. This is just an unboxing to show you guys what I got. Um, so yeah, everything that I've gone through so far is pretty good, but I have one minor complaint slash negative, and that is the shipping took forever. Um, uh, my order was placed on, I believe, April 20th, and today is, I believe, May 30th. So yeah, that's a bit of a while. Um, okay, so what came in the box, you ask? Well, first, um, we have this little card here that tells you who inspected and packed the box. Can't remember her name. I think it was Elena or something like that. And a little sticker here. Um, and this next little goodie that they included, I thought was really interesting, because I've never seen or heard of one of these things before. But this is called a miracle fortune telling fish. What does that have to do with horror and physical media? I don't know. But this is the fish right here. First, I thought it was a strip of videotape. But this is what you're supposed to do, is put this little thing in the palm of your hand. This is Chinese, I believe. You're supposed to put it in the palm of your hand, and based on what it does, it'll tell you what kind of personality traits you have. And all of the possibilities of what it does are listed on the packaging. Could fall off, it could curl up, it could do any number of things, and for me, it curled up. So that means I'm fickle, apparently. I don't know. I don't consider myself fickle. I don't really change my mind a lot, but okay. So what's in the box? And no, I'm not gonna do a god awful fucking Brad Pitt impression. First of all, like I said, the box was packed up really good. It was airtight. There was a lot of tape, um, and we got some bubble wrap here, which was all the movies were wrapped neatly in here, just in case any water got into the box. This would help protect them, which was always good. My receipt. Um, so, um, and I believe that some people from Vinegar Syndrome. I know some of the artists who did the some of the artwork for the slips are now doing slips for uh, TerraVision. So, and I can only assume that some of the people who worked for Vinegar Syndrome are working at TerraVision now. I can't confirm that or deny that. I'm just speculating because, and I say that because the quality is very, very, very good. And I'm gonna show you the first one I got. This is Papadopoulos, a documentary. I hope it's Papadopoulos. It's a documentary about Jim Wynorski and the making of the Bear Wench Project, which is not a movie that I ever saw because I never really cared for his soft core efforts, endeavors, whatever you want to call it. But I was always a huge fan of Jim's ever since I was a little kid. I loved Sorority House Massacre 2 and Hard to Die and Chopping Mall. And oh God, he's made an innumerable amount of movies and introduced me to some actresses who went on to become some of my favorite scream queens. And he was also the first director to give Tracy Lords her chance in legitimate film for Not of This Earth. So got a big thumbs up for me for that. And like I said, I haven't watched this yet, but it's behind the scenes of the Bear Wench Project, and from what I hear, there's also a very extensive um, uh, making of. So I don't know if I showed the back, but this is, and like I said, this slip is very, very high quality, very thick, very good. This is I don't know if you guys saw the video that I made the other day talking about the lower quality of the Scream Factory releases and comparing it to the French import of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre that I got. But this guy right here is at least twice the thickness and quality of that. So this is really, really good. So kudos to you, TerraVision. I will definitely be buying more of your stuff. Also, Monique Gabrielle is in the Bear Wench Project and is featured in this documentary. And I know that Jim had a relationship with her. She's also in 976 Evil 2, and she's in some Fred Olen Ray stuff. So she's been around the block a lot. So here's this. This is just a Blu-ray, by the way. Front. Everything is still in the plastic. I don't want to open it yet because I don't want to get plastic everywhere. But like I said, I grew up a big fan of Jim. I think he's awesome. Doesn't seem like the most pleasant guy to work with. I've seen him on set before and he has zero patience. But I get it. You know, you got to get these movies done. And I'm sure making a movie is almost burped. A very stressful situation. So I get it. But I've communicated with him before via Facebook or something, and he was very nice to me. This next one here is a 4K slash Blu-ray, another movie that I haven't seen. This is called When the Screaming Starts. This is a fairly recent one. It's a mockumentary. I think it's from 2021, and here's the back. It's about a serial killer who, I think it's a horror comedy. It's about a serial killer who wants to, no, it's about a guy who wants to become a serial killer. And there's somebody who is following along, who is chronicling what will become his first crimes. And there is some comparison to Behind the Mask, which I don't think I like, because I'm one of the only people in the world who did not like the rise of Leslie Vernon. I just well, I'm not going to go into that, but yeah. So here's the slip again. This one was available with or without a slip, and I went ahead and coughed up the extra. I think it was like $3 to get it with the slip, and of course, if you're a collector of physical media, especially of horror, um, like me, you love a good slip. Um, so there's that. And there we go. Like I said, this is 4K and Blu-ray. I really, really, really hope I'm holding the right items up when I talk about them. For those of you who don't know, I am visually impaired. Not totally blind, but I am low vision. And I don't really want to go into that right now because I've talked about it a lot, and not something I'm embarrassed of or ashamed of, but it's just not the time. Time, place, matter. Um, okay. And in case you're wondering why I still collect physical media if I'm visually impaired, these still work pretty good. And plus, I like physical media. Okay. Lastly, the pièce de résistance. That was terrible. But so was this movie. The Nail Gun Massacre. Again, this is a 4K slash Blu-ray. And again, this is a really, really good, a really, really nice slip. You got some Risen text here on the back and on the spine. It's really nice. And we're going to take it out. And yeah. Yep, the quality again for the slip is stellar. Very good. And here is the movie. Or the Blu-ray 4K, whatever the fuck it is. There, I believe that there is a new mastering of the movie from the best source material. I believe this was shot on 16, and I believe that they got the best source materials to make this edition. But there's also the same remastering. I think this is right. I could be totally lying and or mistaken, but I believe that the same remaster that was done for the Code Red edition is included on here. But there is some new, and of course all the archival materials. There are some there's some new commentaries. There's some new interviews with a couple of the actors, and there's one male actor, and I'm really, really hoping it's the actor I think it is, because for those of you who have seen the movie, and by the way, I did a commentary for the Nail Gun Massacre with James. You can find that on, I don't think it's on the YouTube channel, but you can find it in the archives of the Blind Ride podcast on the podcasting platforms. But what was I saying? There's an interview with one of the actors. Like I said, I hope it's the actor that I'm thinking of, because he has a scene in the movie that's pretty notorious, because in the scene he is having sex with a woman up against a tree, and I will say from what I remember he looks quite good from behind. And he is attacked by the killer. It's a whodunit, but if you've seen the movie, you know who the killer is pretty quick. Yeah, so he was newly married, from what I remember, this particular actor. He was newly married at the time, and his wife saw the movie and pretty quickly began divorce proceedings because she was certain that he was really having sex with his co-star up against that tree. And um, the director of the movie, who has since passed, I believe, has an interview on one of the previous releases in which he talks about this, and he says that he had to be underneath the actors, between their legs, um, because he had to help with the shot, or I don't know, had something to do with the special effects or whatever. But he confirmed that while the actors were not having sex, it was as close as it gets. And from what I recall, those were his exact words. So I can only imagine what that means. Um, so, yeah, like I said, this was my first time ordering anything from TerrorVision, and I'm very pleased, but for the amount of time it took to ship, and I hope I don't have a booger. Um, Based on just what I have here in this box, and the quality of everything, I'm sure the quality of the movies is going to be really good, and I'm really looking to forward to seeing Papadopoulos, especially. Um, I will definitely be ordering from them again. So, and I bought this with my own money. This was not a gift. This was not gifted to me. I don't get things for free like some other people who do unboxing videos. Um, all right. Well, that is my first unboxing video. I hope I didn't fuck it up. And if I mean, I know that asking people to like and subscribe and leave comments is um, par for the course when you do YouTube videos. But if you guys could give me a little comment to let me know how these videos I've done, I think this is a fourth one, and I don't know how they're turning out, if I'm in frame good, if you're actually seeing what I'm holding up, if I'm holding up the right items again. Um, and once again, that's due to my visual limitations. And I did realize pretty quickly that there were some audio issues because I was using the microphone that is included in the external webcam that I purchased, which was recording in mono and 16 kilohertz, which is not good. So I've plugged in my Blue Yeti mic that I've been using when I record the podcast. So, and I listened to the unboxing of the Elvira NECA, and I think I think it came out pretty good. So the audio should be good, but if you guys could let me know how the videos are turning out, if I'm in frame well, if I'm centered, if you can see what I'm holding up well, if I'm holding up the right items, if you'd like me to show anything else as far as the items. You could see everything on my OnlyFans. Kidding. Um, so yeah, um, I'm fairly new at making videos for YouTube. So and like I said, I don't know how I'm doing. I keep repeating myself. I'm sorry. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention that Stormy Daniels appears in Papadopoulos, and I thought that was pretty funny, considering what's going on in the world today, which I won't get into. That a documentary featuring Stormy Daniels arrived today. If you know, you know. Okay, so I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, this is Brandon Ford wishing you all unpleasant dreams.